Yo, what's good with y'all, man? Um, I just wanted to talk to you guys real quick about correcting your mistakes, right? So something happened to me yesterday. I made a mistake, and I felt bad about it. But instead of just ignoring the situation or acting like it didn't happen, I took steps to correct it, and it made me feel better. I still do kind of feel bad that I even put myself in the situation, but you know, at least I did everything I could to try to make it better. So essentially, what had happened was, there was um, the Mavericks just got eliminated from the playoffs, right? So I was on Instagram, and Bleacher Report had posted a picture about it, and one of my friends, like more of an acquaintance, but he had posted a picture like trying to blame Kyrie, and I love Kyrie. Kyrie's my favorite player, but and it like the fact that people try to blame Kyrie for all of these, you know, problems that happen, like it's never one player's fault. Like it's ridiculous. But anyway, so I commented like an idiot. I responded, and I'm usually very good about not engaging myself in comments or arguments like that, But basically, so I commented, not really thinking anything of it. Of course, you know that you can't control the internet, you can't control social media, so things spiraled out of control. A whole bunch of people started commenting, going back and forth in the comments, blah blah blah. There was this one guy who it really pissed me off. So I said something very disrespectful. I'm not gonna say exactly what I said, but I got completely out of character. Like I just went off, and so then we started having like a back and forth, and I kept going, but I made it personal. It was he kind of I guess made it personal too, but like it wasn't to the extent that I did, and I've always had a problem with that. Like I'm a very like 0 to 100 person. Like I don't know how to just like joke around and roast people. Like if you say something to me and I get mad, like bro, I'm gonna try to rip your heart out. Like I'll like talk about your family, bro. I'll talk about your kids, your dog, whoever. Like to try to hurt your feelings. Like I'm really like that type of person. So that's why I try to avoid situations like that. And I've been doing a lot better. But like I said yesterday, I did not do good. I failed. But anyway, so after a while, this dude who I was very disrespectful to, he ended up following me, and I was very confused about it. But anyway, I followed him back. But no. So before that, one thing he said was that really like struck me. He was like, what kind of man talks about another man's family? And I was like, man, you're right. I wouldn't want somebody talking about my family, especially not over an NBA post over Kyrie. So anyway, he ended up following me, and I ended up DMing him, and I apologized. I was like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, that wasn't me. That was not, how I normally act, and that was wrong and uncalled for. And I said I was sorry, and he forgave me. And he was like, it's okay. That wasn't me. I know how social media can get out of hand. Emotions and people typing behind screens. And we ended up having a great conversation. And he just talked about like, I want you to be better than me. And I told him that, he seems like a good dad, and that I want, to have a family, like him one day. Because he's married, he has a wife and kids, and nice cars. Like he had a really like a nice page, honestly. But so yeah. Anyway, we ended up having a great conversation. He told me like, reach out if you ever need anything, and I said same. But a lot of times, at least in my life, and I'm sure in your life too, those situations don't normally go like that. There's usually, especially on social media, you'll be going back and forth, blah blah blah, boppy boo, and then like it'll just be over, and then you have like this lingering feeling of like negative energy, whether it's anger or remorse or guilt, whatever it is. And not just in arguments like that, but just anything in life, where you make a mistake or you do something wrong, If it's in your ability to correct it, then correct it. Say sorry. You know, if that person doesn't forgive you, you know, at least you can look yourself in the mirror and be like, you know, I tried to make up for my mistakes. I realized what I did. I was self-aware, and I did better. And that's something that a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people are not self-aware. They're narcissistic. They think that the entire world revolves around them, and that, you know, they're always in the right. But we all make mistakes, and we all do the wrong things all the time, every day. So when you catch yourself doing something wrong and you know that you were in the wrong, then correct that mistake, man. Like, do better. Don't just let it sit there. Don't just act like it never happened. Like, it did happen. So make it better. And a lot of times, I'm not gonna say a lot of times, but, you know, sometimes you will, you know, you'll make a new friend, and a really good friend. You know, it's funny. You see it in a lot of TV shows and movies, and just in real life. I'm sure you've experienced a lot of your best friends. It started off on like bad terms. You know, I know a lot of people who I did not like at first, like, and they didn't like me, or they didn't like me, one or the other. I didn't like them, they didn't like me. But then some event happened that brought us together, and then we ended up being like homies, very close friends. So, anytime you can turn a negative situation into a positive, do it. I promise you, you will feel a lot better. And God sees that. He sees that, and really, you kind of negate your karma, because, you know, when you, whatever you do in life, all of your actions, whether they're positive or negative, it's basically like accruing a debt, right? So if you do something good and you don't get any celebration or anything in return for it, then that's like, you know, a debt that God is going to repay you, right? And if you do something bad and you don't correct it, then that's a debt that God is gonna have to repay to you, you know? So, and you know, whether you want to call it karma or reaping what you sow, you know, whatever it is, you see the same thing is it's a universal thing, that you get what you put out in life. So make sure you put out positive energy as much as you can, and if you do put out negative energy, try to correct it immediately. Try to apologize. Try to make the situation better, the best way that you can, and try to be better moving forward in the future. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that little story time, and you know, to show you guys, you know, I'm not perfect. You know, I still struggle every day, all the time. Still been struggling with the same stuff I've been struggling with since I was little. But I'm trying to be better, man. That's all I can do. But anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Bye, Chance.